Hi, today we're going to be looking at the Samsung PowerBot Essential. This is one of the latest products from Samsung. It is their newest robotic vacuum, and it claims to have more powerful suction than the leading robot brand. I'm guessing that would be either the Neato or the Roomba. Unfortunately, I don't have either of those right now, so I'll compare this to the Xiaomi and see what happens. And it also has a smartphone app. It has a smart cleaning path here, and it has consistent power with less clogging. This robot was lent to me by my brother. He bought this a few weeks ago and just got it today, and we'll be looking at this robot. I'll be doing a cleaning test, and first let's look at the features. Okay, my brother told me not to take this plastic top off because he wants to preserve this robot, so I'll just show you the features of this robot with the plastic top on. Let's see what comes with this product. There's not much really. There's this remote here. It comes with one remote, and the robot comes with the robot. This is a big machine here. This is one big robot here, and this is the plug here, the plug for the charging base, and this is the charging base here, PowerBot charging base, and that's it. And let's look. I'm just gonna try to peel this off a bit here, peel off the top, and show you what it looks like underneath. Just be careful not to. This is the robot here, and this is the main bin. This is where all the dirt goes in, and this is the motor. So the motor is connected to the bin here, and right here on top are three controls, three buttons here. I think this is the spot cleaning mode, this is the start and stop button, and this is the docking button here. So this robot uses a camera for navigation here, unlike the Xiaomi and the Neato that use laser navigation. This one uses optics here. It has a camera on top, and it has sensors here and here to detect obstacles. And this is a tall robot here, so this is a big motor here. So this motor makes this robot really big, really tall. So this is one of the tallest robots outside of the Dyson Hard. And if we look underneath here, you'll see that it has probably the widest motorized brush in the industry right now. This is the on-off button here, by the way, and this is the front caster wheel, and there's two wheels here and two large wheels here at the back. And let me just take off this. I want to show you the motorized brush here. It's a really huge motorized brush, and it doesn't have any side brush here, so we'll see how it affects the performance later on. And this is how wide the brush is. The Xiaomi's brush is up to here only. So, and it has a rubber squeegee and bristles here. These are stiff bristles. So on the stiff side, the bristles are on the stiff side. Actually, it's a combination of stiff here. These are the stiff bristles, and these are the soft. The soft bristles are for picking up dust. The stiff bristles are more for agitation on carpet. And let's put this back here, and I'll be doing a cleaning test later on. Let me just quickly show you the interface of the robot. You'll have three buttons here and the LED screen here. This is not touchscreen, only these three buttons can be pressed. This is the home. When you press this, the robot will dock. This is the auto clean. This is the spot cleaning mode, and here's the remote here. You can have access to all of the functions using the remote or the app, and you can, when you press this, clock button. You can set the time here using the arrow keys, and you can also set the robot in max or normal mode. Here the max activates the max suction, which is great for carpet. And this is the spot and auto clean. This is the power button. When you press this, you'll shut off the robot, and when you press it, it turns on. This is the home, and the smart control allows you to control the robot using these arrow buttons here, like an RC. This is the main interface of the Samsung Smart Home app here. I've already connected the robot in the app. So if you want the robot to clean, just press this play button here. But right now I'm going to show you the other functionalities of this app. And this is the main interface of the robot vacuum part of the app. It's pretty simple. You have the directional buttons if you want to control this like an RC, and this is the default cleaning mode, and this is the docking button here. When you press this will light up, and other options would include the battery status, the suction modes. There are two options here, the quiet and the normal. The quiet would be less powerful, but it would be less noisy, while the normal would have more power but produce more noise. So the normal mode would work best on carpet or rugs. And lastly, we have the schedule here. You have two options. You can schedule it once a day or daily. If you would schedule it daily, it would clean at the same time every day, Monday to Sunday. Okay, before starting the cleaning test, I'll just want to show you what this robot has to work with. Again, this is 50 grams of oats, powder, air, dust, all the muck I've cleaned previously. And let's see how this robot does cleaning the edges without the side brush. Okay, here's the result after 23 minutes of running this robot. You'll notice that the robot is here near the bed. That's because this robot is a combination of a Roomba 800 and a Neato bot vac, and that it will run continuously until the battery runs low, but it does so in a more efficient pattern. It goes back and forth, straight back and forth cleaning pattern. It's not the random cleaning motion of a Roomba 800, and it did a pretty good job. At least in the eye test here, there's some debris left around the legs. Let's look at the edge here, the corner of the room. Take note that this robot doesn't have any side brush, so it affects somewhat affects its cleaning on the edges here. There are some bits and pieces left on the edge. Now let's go to the bin and see how much of the 50 grams it picked up. Take off this plastic here and pull out the bin. This is the bin, the Samsung, and you can see it's pretty good sized bin here. This is the cyclonic filter here that allows this robot to clean even as be efficient even as the bin gets full. And let me just show you the cyclonic filter here. There's some dirt here, and here's what's inside the bin. Let me just put this back in here and turn on the bin and see how much it picked up. The benchmark is 50 grams, and this robot was able to pick up roughly around 46 out of the 50. Okay, let me just show you quickly the underside of this robot here. Let me just adjust this camera, and let's just flip this over here and see. And this is the underside of the robot here. You'll notice that it has gaps here. The brush is really wide here. It's a 12-inch wide brush here, and there's an inch gap here on the left, and maybe half an inch here on the right here. So this robot will not do as well edge cleaning when you compare it to other robots with a side brush. The side brush really helps in terms of picking up dirt around on the edges here. And another thing I noticed with this robot is how finicky it is. There was an instance where I got an error code, and it asked me to clean the sensors here. So there are 3 sensors here. Samsung calls this the obstacle sensors here, so you have to be wary of these 3 sensors. Make sure that you clean these sensors here. These are the obstacle sensors, one here in front, one over here, one over here, one over here, and one here in the front.